mornings now. It's 100 degrees here on the shoreline of Lake Monroe. And looking at this cabbage palm. And on this cabbage palm you can see a fern growing. It's an epiphytic fern. It's known as the Golden Polypody. And usually you'll find these in swamps where there's not a lot of fires because it grows between the leaf bases of these sable palmettos. This is the only species of Phlebodium in the United States. It's Phlebodium aureum, also known as the palm fern, rabbit, or harefoot fern. It's epiphytic, perennial. It's tolerant of shade. Prefers moist conditions. Spreads via rhizome, and it's a scrambling fern. Climbing. Likes partial sun and humidity. The leaves are undulated. The margin is undulate. Spores are round, soried underneath the leaves, as you can see here. And I'll show you one of these back at the nursery more closely. And here I have a fern cultivation. And you can see the rhizome. It's kind of scaly. There's like little projections here. And this fern does not want to be planted on the ground. It wants to be planted in a basket, preferably with wood chips, or I use palmetto fiber. You can use coconut coir, leaves, twigs. I basically try to avoid putting soil on it, but I guess it could grow in soil. Not going to grow well in the ground. You can see these rhizomes creeping here. And in order to propagate this, you can just cut a piece of this rhizome off and plant it, and it will grow. I have some others here. Another one, and you can see the creeping rhizome. You can see the rhizome growing right out from underneath the pot. I don't know if you can see it that well. Rhizome's growing right out from the hole in the pot. You can see some of the spores forming here. Sort of a rust orange color. Some of the leaves. This fern is not very mature, so it still has a way to go before it starts producing fern spores. It's not very resistant to frost. That's why it's only found in Florida. It can tolerate a day or two of frost. It's fairly widespread south of central Florida. It starts to thin out, and you don't see it so much in North Florida. It is a tropical species, subtropical, tropical species. Phlebodium is a very small genus that was split off from Polypodium, order Polypodiales. 80% of all fern species belong to this order, which arose about 100 million years ago. It's regarded as the most evolutionary, advanced order of ferns, the Golden Polypody, Phlebodium aureum.